Friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maylene Call from Mrs. Call's Campers. If you're new here, I'm a first grade teacher in Las Vegas, and if you're not new here, hey, it's been a while. We are in March. Last time I vlogged, I don't know, it might have been November. Sometimes life happens, you need to take a break. Life happened, I took a break. There's a lot of really amazing and awesome things that happened along the way, and some of that was captured in reels over on Instagram and TikTok. So if you're not following me there and you missed me, definitely check on some of my other platforms. It is the first day back from spring break. Here in Vegas, we have a much earlier spring break, I think, than a lot of other places. I, of course, always have so much that I want to share with you, but we'll see how much I actually get filmed for you today. But I wanted to come back to plan on filming a video all about my writing process and showing you guys some completed writing samples. My students are finishing up fairy tale writing this week, so I'm really excited to share those with you. But yeah, so it's just gonna be a little day in the life and we can catch up. I also left my tripod at home, so we're gonna have to deal with weird angles today. The only thing I'm doing right now before the students get here in about 15 minutes is printing copies for their center folder because I didn't do that last week before I left. I am gonna be adding in some story practice into their center folders, so I'll show you what that looks like. It's by just a primary girl who I also love on Teachers Pay Teachers. Okay, we are finishing up the fairy tales unit this week, but I'm, I guess, way ahead. So I'm gonna be reading Dandy with my kids today, and I'm also going to discuss how they can incorporate the elements of the story we're reading today into their fairy tales that they're writing. And we're also going to be talking about cause and effect. This is an anchor chart that I saved from last year. I'm going to take the post-it notes off and we'll do some new ones when we read the book today. Time that I'm reading a book that I've done with students before, I usually try to kind of guide them in the same direction. So I can maybe reuse some of the post-it notes, but it depends on the students and what they notice too. And then for my center folder work that I have this week, I normally stuff their folders before they get to me. But I'm just going to be doing that as the kids arrive this morning, but I'll show you everything that I have. So this does come from the Mr. Phonics bundle, and some of it comes from a couple of other places this week, and it still is a little differentiated, not as much as it usually is, just because in our scope and sequence for our phonics workbook this week, it's kind of some random vowel teams, so it's really hard to pull work for centers when there's a lot of skills that we're covering. So I usually just pick the one that I think students will need the most practice with, or I'll do a mixture of them depending on the week. I also have extra writing papers that I'm putting into the writing center for my drawers because I never actually refilled them for March, but whenever students are done with their center folder, they can go and pick something else in the center. I also need to update the word work center. Bell's gonna ring any second, so we'll just do that when they're working on their morning journals this morning. But I have a pack from Miss Tooth Grins on Teachers Pay Teachers, and she has a lot of really good options for writing. I'm gonna get all that put in there. I really want to be able to like talk with the kids this morning too, but I've got a lot to do. Word work for my high students, part of the writing work that they're going to be doing. Word work for my kind of medium students, work for my lower students. Everyone's going to be getting this page, which is just a story writing page, and then these are going to be extra choices that are in the writing center. Oh, good morning. I got it. Maybe I should take down the Pokemon sign. Nice haircut. Thank you, guys. Oh my gosh, we have picture day tomorrow. Yay! I just remembered tomorrow's picture day. Good morning. Make sure your backpack goes on the very back. Oh, the date? March 24th. Oh, our board still doesn't work. Hey, how was your spring break? Good. Yeah?
Right. So we did that, and then when we got there, we rented an before that.
5 minutes on the timer.
My mom is trying to set pictures too.
Every morning, Miss Call writes us, say, good morning, happy Monday. So far in our year, I missed you so much. Let's talk about our year so far and what we have to look forward to. Happy Face Love! When we first came back to school, we had September, we had November, we had Thanksgiving, we had December. Now we're in March. And in the rest of the school year, a little bit left in March, and then we have April, and then we have May, and that's all we have left. So let's think about some of our favorite things that we've done so far in the year, and then I'm going to share with you some things that we can look forward to for the end of the year. Ah, that was really cool when we did holidays around the world and we got to fly in the planes.
I like doing
Writing, favorite. You know that's my favorite.
100 day of school.
The 100th day of school is really fun. I wish I was there. I wish I could have been there for that.
You were. Almost like a Christmas break because we watched the movie.
We were so cozy, right? The next fun thing we have coming up, should I spoil for you?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna spoil it for you. We're gonna get caterpillars and we're gonna get some butterflies too.
I remember that.
You guys are really good at bringing your attention back when it's time. We're gonna go over the green cards and then we're gonna do some of our orange cards today too. You ready? Eyes are tracking. Bodies are ready. Okay, here we go.
Flippers.
Shim, shimmery. Ig, wig, wiggled. Good. Rhyme. Word.
Juggler.
Good. Just the boys. Rhyme. Word.
Leggings.
Girls. Just the rhyme. Word.
Butter.
Tenacity. Rhyme. Word.
Splattering.
S-T. Nicest. Beautiful. Art. 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 Ish. 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 Eem. Good. I'm going to do a word with a 3-letter blend. Can you please help me spell the word screaming? Here we go. S-C-R-E-A-M-I-N-G. Good. Now I see 2 friends whose eyes were not on the card. I'm giving you another chance to keep your eyes on the card. Oak. Oliver's on it this morning. Kiss your brain. Yes, sir. Ock. A round. And sometimes we say round. We put that schwa sound, but it's spelled with an A. How many syllables does a round have? 2. It has 2 syllables. The first syllable is just A. The second syllable is round. Good. Can you help me spell a round? Go. Good. And then last one. I want to talk about this one for a second because this is one of the skills that we're going to be practicing this week. Who remembers, I can see you looking back, who remembers the secret for these letters, this pattern? Do you remember?
For and it has the F sound.
Yep.
And when it's in the front, it says it's in. When it's in the middle, it doesn't say anything.
High five. Nice job. As soon as these letters popped up, her brain said, connection. She looked back there and she remembered all the sounds it can make. It can make a lot of sounds. When we have GH in the middle, it's quiet. It doesn't say anything. So when we read this, we say ite, right? We just have that long I sound, but we don't say igahut, right? We do not say igahut. We say ite. And we're going to be practicing using this GH pattern with this long I sound in our words today. Are you ready to practice some blending with me?
Yes.
Okay, yes. You ready? Eyes are on the board. Hi. Try again. Hi. Good. Some of you said ite because we had that on our card, but make sure whenever you're reading a pattern, you follow all the way through. Some of these words might have a letter after. Most of them are just going to start with this pattern. Here we go. I, sigh. I, fight. Do you see it?
I, sigh, sight.
Do you know what that is?
Yeah, like you see your like one of the
Eyesight. It's like that eyesight. Or Yes, sight words. I, lie, light. I, night. Right? All my might. I love you with all my might. Mighty. Oh, that night is so mighty. I, fright, frighten.
That's really good.
Yeah, should we try that again? That was fun. Let's do it again. Ready? I, fright, frighten me. Good. Kiss your brains, first grade. So that's going to be one of the vowel teams that we're seeing today. We're going to be seeing IGH, which is not a super popular pattern, right? It's way up here at the top of the triangle, but we're still going to practice it today because I want you to know when you see that pattern in your books that this is a way you can spell it. We're also going to be working on long E and long O's special vowel teams. We're going to be working on the EE pattern. Thumbs up if you've used this pattern. Yeah, we've all used this pattern before. EE says E. Good. We're also going to be practicing the long O pattern in our writing with O consonant E and O A. Or actually, no, that is incorrect. We're not doing O consonant E. Everybody makes mistakes. I circled the wrong one. We're doing this one up at the tippy top and OE. Who knows the difference between OA and OE when we would use them? Do you know? What do you think the difference is between these two when we use them?
Because like in the OE, if you look at like that right there,
yeah,
fo and toe.
And
then load. So this one's at the very end, and this one's like kind of in the middle.
Yeah, good job, Kiss Your Brain. He came up here and he was able to identify what the pattern was. Most of the time when you're using OE in a word, it's going to be at the end, like in toe, right? Sometimes it's OW, like in row, but the more that we see these words, the more that we practice, the better we're going to get. Yeah, but remember, when we see these two vowels, we pay attention to that very first sound. We're going to be on page 197. What page? 197. Snowballs, please. Yeah. What can it spell?
Eat.
Yep. You should be there in 3. You should be there in 2. Let's go. You should be there in 1. Tracking me if you're ready. Your nose if you see me. Touch your ear if you see me. Quiet symbol if you see me. Go ahead, please. Oh, like oats. It can say oh, like toe. And I can tell some of you, I think your handwriting got better over spring break. That's impressive. Nicely done. Passage on the next page. Come all the way over here. Beautiful. Good job. Being a leader over there with the quiet symbol. Thank you. He says, I'm quiet too while he talks. You're missing a word here. When the timer goes off, if you didn't finish, that's okay. I want everyone to make sure they're on the passage 4 and find that word keen. Do you see the word keen on line 4? It said they were keen on going to the creek. Do you think that means they liked it or disliked it? They liked it. If you're keen on something, that means you are inclined to do it. You want to do it and that you like it. So what's something that you're keen on doing? Miss Call is keen on getting coffee in the morning. Share at your table. What's something you're keen on doing? Pencils. 2 chairs. Let's see if we can get it perfect on the first try. 1 pencil, 2 chairs. I missed you. Welcome. 3 Bookman poetry. 1 2 Pause. I'm on 2. Where should you be? Pause. Have a seat. We're going to restart because there was what? Talking. Right? My friend who just came into the classroom, she can tell what she's supposed to be doing if you guys are doing what you're supposed to be doing. 1 2 3 I love it. All 3 of my friends on the carpet came to the carpet the exact way they're supposed to. They came with walking feet. They came with quiet mouth. and they sat on their leaf. Texted you to check on you. Did your mommy see? Okay. Love you. You keep talking, baby, when it's my turn. When it's my turn, your voice is off. If you're not caught up, it is okay. We're going to have 2 minutes to catch up, and we're going to get started on the next part of our poem. First, let's read it together with expression. Okay, track with me on your paper. 6 sneaky leprechauns. Good. My voice is going to be lower. Your voice is going to be turned up. Here you go. 6 sneaky leprechauns were searching high and low. I want you to reread the poem, and as you read this time, I want you to think in your brain about what is happening, because today we are going to draw a picture. 1 minute on the timer.
1 minute to work.
Read to yourself. If you're not done, that is okay. I want you to stay on the carpet, but I want you to close your poetry folders. Make sure your crayons are put away, and you're sitting on your bottom tracking Miss Call in 3, 2, 1. My turn.
Your turn.
I love it. As soon as I said that, your eyes popped up to make you your brain. All right, we're going to draw a picture that matches our poem. When you guys were reading this poem, what were you visualizing in your brain? What did you visualize?
I was thinking like John, a little like scout tower, and John him looking out from.
For the leprechaun, I'm going to start with a very simple U shape for the head. I'm going to do the same as our people drawing with 2 lines down. I ran out of room, but that's what I would do. And then for the pot of gold too, let's say maybe my pot of gold is hidden way over here in my picture. I'm going to say it's okay if you do not have 6 leprechauns in your picture. Normally we have to make it match perfectly, but leprechauns take a long time to draw, and they're kind of big. And maybe some of our leprechauns in our picture are like looking under something, or they're kind of somewhere else. So I want you to draw 2 or 3 leprechauns. You don't have to draw all 6, okay? 10 minutes on the timer.
10 minutes to work.
Okay, go ahead, first grade. This looks really great. Oh my gosh, I love that idea. Our reading today, it needs to sound like it sounded just now for poetry. Your voice, I feel disrespected when you're doing something when I'm trying to give instructions, and then I feel sad when you don't know what to do. I need you to make sure you're working on your goals, okay? I don't want to have to do it twice. I want to get it right the first time.
Is little, but it's quick. Animals must be quick to run away from would be
Metamorphosize. It's time for our read aloud. Today we are reading dandy. Do you know what it means to feel dandy? It means to feel happy. Think about a time that you felt just dandy. Private think time. Who wants to share about a time when they felt dandy?
The time I saw a ladybug on my nose.
Title actually has a dual meaning. Duo means 2, dual means 2. So there's a dual meaning for the title dandy, because dandy means happy, but it also is referring something else in our book. Like a dandelion. Yeah. We talked about this a little bit before. The cause is what comes before the effect. So if it is raining outside, that's the cause, and the effect is Miss Call's going to use an umbrella. Who can think of another effect of it being sunny outside?
Don't use an umbrella?
It's sunny outside, so you don't need an umbrella. Who can think of a cause for your cheeks getting red? What would be the cause of your cheeks getting red? Your cheeks are red because it's hot. Is there another cause that can make your cheeks red? You're running a lot, or maybe it's cold outside, right? So cause and effect. The cause is what causes something else to happen. Today is going to be to explain the cause and effect of the events in our story. It's not a flower. It's Charlotte. Daddy spied something scary on his perfect lawn. He ran for his clippers. Huh? Nope, it's my flower. I can cut if I want to. But he was too late. Who found it first? The baby lion, the cub, right? His daughter found it first. Hi, Daddy. Sweetie, Daddy said, that's a weed. A flower, Sweetie said. Her name is Charlotte. She's my best friend. Daddy hoped his friends wouldn't notice. They did. A weed! It'll take over the yard, the neighborhood, the universe. You know what you have to do. You know what you have to do. And they're saying that because, why? Because of the flower. But Sweetie was there. Hi, Daddy. I wanted to share this book with you today also because the illustrator of this book does a really, really good job. Do you notice something that they're doing on this page to make the page more interesting?
Little like marks.
Turn and tell your friend, what's the illustrator doing on this page to make it more interesting? One. Do you think that you guys can also use these same techniques in your illustrations? Yeah, for sure. But Sweetie was there. Hi, Daddy. We saved you a spot. Once again, Daddy hoped his friends wouldn't notice. Readers notice patterns. They did. Get serious. Daddy got serious, like a ninja, like a scientist, like a construction worker, like a pirate. Hi, Daddy. Character traits describe
a character.
How are we describing Daddy in this picture? Devastated, annoyed, tired. What else? Depressed, sweaty. Nope, this page. How are we describing Daddy? He's exhausted, right? You can tell because the illustrator gives us a lot of clues. It's really important that when you're writing your stories, your job as an illustrator is also telling the story, right? Not just your words, but your illustrations too. So Daddy feels exhausted because why? Talk about it.
Because the Charlotte was
On your leaves in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to make an inference so far. Our friend, our daughter here, Daddy's daughter, she seems to always be there. But do you think she knows Daddy wants to cut the flower? Private think time.
No, because she just thinks that he wants to like join her, maybe because like she just like is like waiting for Daddy, and like every single time he shows up, but just the Daddy wants to
Wrap it up.
do it, but the daughter doesn't know yet.
It's a good point. Okay, let's
Daughter wants to
tracking.
play with the flower.
Do you think Daddy knows though?
No.
Because why?
Because Daddy wants to get rid of it.
Can you tell that Sweetie cares about her flower?
Yeah.
How can you tell? What evidence do you have?
Because how much she loves it.
How else can you tell? What's another example? How can you tell she loves her flower?
Because she does everything that she does with the flower.
Because, what does she do? Yeah, because she says, take care of Charlotte, right? When you love something, you want to take care of it. Daddy is going to cut the flower. It's finally his chance. But what does he see? What does that picture make his heart feel like?
So sad.
It makes him so sad, right? He's like, oh, I want to cut it, but Sweetie's going to what? She's going to be devastated if I do it. So he, right here at this moment, does he want to cut? Wait, please. Does he want to cut Charlotte? No, but Daddy slipped.
And cut it, Charlotte.
Oh, Daddy wailed. Say that word with me, wailed. It means to cry. When you wail, you cry. Charlotte! Beep, 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 beep.
It's a dog toy.
Beep, beep.
Oh, how does it do that?
Beep, beep.
It's like a dog toy.
Everyone hoped Sweetie wouldn't notice that Sweetie is devastated. What is the cause? Talk about it. On your leaves in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tell Mrs. Call what the cause and effect is on this page. Characters have problems and characters change. Good. Tell your friend what caused Daddy to change in this story. What was the cause of him changing? Talk about it. Your leaves in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In the beginning, Daddy felt how towards that flower? Not sad. He didn't feel sad about the flower. He was angry. He did not want anything to do with that flower. He thought it was abhorrent. He hated that flower. It was ruining his perfect yard. In the beginning of the story, in the beginning of the story, what was important to him? His lawn, right? He wanted his lawn to look perfect. He thought this flower, which is actually a weed, he thought this flower ruined his lawn. But at the end of the story, Daddy's lawn was covered in flowers, weeds. And how did he feel?
Happy.
He felt happy. So what do you think, attracting? What do you think the most important thing to Daddy was? Private think time. I said that the most important thing to Daddy was his lawn. Talay thinks the most important thing was his daughter. Can anybody expand and share their thinking on what they believe? Do you think the most important thing to Daddy ever was his lawn? Okay, and I want you to go to this side. I want someone to step forward and say what they think is the most important thing to Daddy. Anybody else from this side?
His daughter, because he didn't want to cut it in front of his daughter, so I think he loved his daughter, but he would only cut it when she's not there.
And then at the end.
And then at the end, he grew more.
Yeah. So if his lawn was the most important thing to him, would he ruin it at the end like that? No. Have a seat in your leaves in 3, 2, 1. His lawn was important to him, but even more important to him than his lawn was his little girl. Look at all the other Daddy's lawns. It's time for centers. Let's go over our procedures for centers because it's been a little while since we've done it. Tracking with me, 3, 2, 1. When we're in the library center, it is important that you are doing what? Reading. It's important that you're reading how? Quietly. If you have a book buddy that is not to, if you play with a book buddy, it will go away. When you are in the word work center, the most important thing is that you should be working so hard. When you're done, you may also do Beautiful E if that's available, because remember, we have challenge goals each week. In the writing center, the most important thing is that you are working so super hard. My writing should be one of the quietest centers. If you finish the work in the writing side of your folder, you can choose from the choices in the drawers. When we're on the carpet, you're working on what? Beautiful E. We're not working on Teach Your Monster on the carpet because we have to make sure we reach our goals so that on Friday, every person gets to participate in Fun Friday. Remember, when we're in centers, it's your responsibility to do your work, to get it done, and to work super hard. If you work super hard today, you will get a, and our Smart Cookie jar will be full. I will also give you a bonus cookie on Friday if you earn a Smart Cookie for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Listen for your group. Crickets, where are you going?
To the library.
Crickets, show us how we walk calmly and quietly to the library. Word Work Center. Fireflies, show us how you walk to your center. Good job, Fireflies. Honeybees, where are you going?
To the library.
Okay, show me how you walk to your center. Good job, Honeybees. Dragonflies, where are you going? Carpet, beautiful E reading. I'm pretty good, I think.
You're good?
Yeah.
In here is good.
Yeah.
You're good?
Yeah. Okay.
Roller coaster?
Yeah.
Roller coaster.
Go to have a good day.
Give it time.
We'll see you around more, yeah?
That's the goal.
Okay. Bye. Thank you.
Can I go to the back?
Robots, parents,
Try again. And there's a mommy E there. Cover up your ending. Okay, that's pre.
prepare
Good.
to power down and
The AR is going to say R. So recharge.
recharge for the next day.
You are such a good reader. Whether or not we get that Smart Cookie is dependent on how you clean up. We are getting ready for lunch. If you were in your center, please bring me your center folder and make sure your entire center is good to go. Wow, you even had time to do some other things in there too. And your picture looks wonderful. You can be on track for your Fun Friday, okay? Okay.
But I didn't do a picture, but I actually
But you did the writing, right? That's the most important part. Do you like these mazes and crosswords? Yeah, you like them? Okay. Do you like doing these too? You do? Okay.
Thank you. Okay, let me introduce you to my new machine called...
Turn your neighbor and say, good job, neighbor. Good job, neighbor. So tomorrow during center time, you will be able to have cookies. Table 2, you ready? Line up. Helper and director, you may line up. Monsters, love you so much. Goodbye.
I forgot the bookstore.
No. I love you. Bye. Monster, love you so much. Love you, love you, love you. She has the same one? Yes. Love you, love you, love you. Not alone, she monster. Love you. Have a good lunch. I love you so much. You guys can remember what we were doing in math before the break. If you know, put your thumb up. What were we working on in math?
Clocks.
Oh, yes. Good for?
I like clocks.
And, yeah, we were measuring. Uptown Funk. Yeah, we did. That was before. My turn. Learning about a clock. What is something we know about the clock? The big hand is called the minute hand, and the is called the hour hand, right? So if it's 1 o'clock, the little hand is on the 1, and the minute hand is on the 12. Right now it's showing 5 o'clock. If I move the minute hand down low, then it's 5. Yeah, then it's 5:30. Sometimes it's in between two numbers. And when it's between two numbers, it's not there yet. It's on its way. So private think time. Our clock right now shows 5:30. Kiss your brains. Experts. Can I tell you something?
What?
You cannot laugh at me because I am being vulnerable.
What's that mean?
Very honest in a scary way. When I was in 2nd grade, I remember learning about time and learning about the clock and being so confused. Okay, I was in 2nd grade, so older than you guys now. And I remember looking at the clock and thinking, oh my gosh, this makes no sense. I do not understand it. And I didn't understand it in 2nd grade, and I didn't get it in 3rd grade, and I didn't get it in 4th grade. It took me forever because I was so confused about the clock. I think I started to get it in 4th and 5th grade.
Good job.
Thank you. But my point is to say, time is not easy, and you guys are doing a really good job with it. But if it feels hard, that's okay, right? If it feels hard, that's okay. How many minutes are all the way around the clock if our minute hand travels all the way around a clock? Do you remember how many minutes are in an hour? 60 minutes. You're smarter than Miss Call was in 1st grade. 60 equals 1 hour. When we make it halfway through the hour, how many minutes is that?
30.
Yeah, 30 minutes, because 30 plus 30 equals 60, right? Because 3 plus 3 is 6. 30 plus 30 equals 60. 300 plus 300 equals 600, right? So 30 minutes is half of an hour. Half past 5. We're halfway past it. Our clock is showing that it is half past 2. It's half past 2. If Miss Call said it is half past 8, would you know where the hour hand should be?
9 and 8.
Yeah, it'll be right here. This shows half past 8. This is a practice test, so I can see if there's anything I need to go over with you guys. You're going to be practicing writing the time on the clock. You're going to practice drawing the hands, and you're going to practice writing the actual time right now. So if we look here, we would say the time is what?
8:30.
And it's the same as saying half past 8, right? It's going to be the hardest part. We're just going to do a practice test today, and if there's something you find hard, what should you do? Put a heart next to it so Miss Call knows to help you next time. We're going to be doing Beautiful E Math. We're going to get a head start on that goal, and Rocket Math too. I didn't mean to forget Rocket Math. You need to be in your bubble. You can get a clipboard if you want to work with me on the carpet, but you need to stay in your bubble, or you can get a privacy folder. We know that when things are hard, it helps our brain grow, right? Did something break? Is that why you're collecting it?
My bracelet.
Your bracelet. How about you go get a baggie? Can you get a baggie for your bracelet beads? No, that's okay. Right now, this is called a distraction. Miss Call's trying to help her. And when I'm done, then you can finish picking them up, okay? Our brain is like a muscle, and the more we use it, the stronger it becomes, right? If you try to do a push-up and it's hard, you try again the next day and the next day and the next day, eventually it'll be easier, like this. Right? We talk about how in our brain we make what? No, in our brain we make connections. And these connections in your brain are like this. They're like little roads. And in the little roads in your brain, these are things that your brain knows how to do. These are things that your brain knows how to do. Whenever you go to try something new, like this, something brand new, your brain doesn't have a road to get there, does it? Your brain has to build a new road, like this. And when your road is being built, sometimes you might go this way. You might fail. Sometimes you might go this way. You might fail. But eventually, when you learn it and you make that connection, your brain is able to have a road. And the next time you do something, this road gets stronger. It becomes a better road. And because that road is better, it's easier for you to get there. So the more you practice this new thing, the easier it is for your brain to get there. You're building little roads in your brain. They are the connections. Something's hard right now. You've got to keep practicing. You have to still keep practicing getting to this new place so that you can get there easier next time. Does that make sense?
Yes.
If it's hard, thank you. If it's hard, keep trying, right? You want to stay on course. You want to stay on course to build that new road. The hour. So you're going to see something that looks like this. Yeah. Remember, when it's between two numbers, it's always the smaller number because it's not there yet. Yeah. So this is 2:30. Nice job. 85% accuracy. I think we can get to 90% accuracy on this next time. Good job to our high score friends so far. Okay, we are over halfway through the day. It's been a really ideal day so far. I think I'm a little bit slow, I think, today, or maybe it's just because I'm spending a little bit more time on procedures. I usually find that coming back, students miss the pattern and the routine of school, and so usually they always do pretty good on Mondays in general, but Monday after spring break, we're going strong. We are going strong. A little chatty this morning during journals, but they're excited to see each other, so I don't fault them for that. They did really awesome with our Rhyme Magic and our phonics time. Poetry time's always a favorite, especially on a drawing day. Usually I do about a 10-day schedule-ish with my poems. So we spend about 2 weeks on a poem that we do. We did most of the grammar work already, so we started drawing our picture today, and I love how quietly they work when they're so super focused on their drawing. So they did that today. For phonics, one of the things that I love incorporating with them is that backwards blending. I get asked often about those slides. Those are just slides I make. I know people sell all sorts of different versions of them. I just make them because I also like to add in more challenging words. Like today we did the word frightening, and they were like, that is such a big word, and I was like, yeah, but it's made up of really small parts and you can do it. So I love when they are excited about learning new things and challenging themselves in that way. We read Dandy today, which is not something that I necessarily had planned for this week because we were spending, I think, like 3 weeks on fairy tales, but I think I've covered everything I want to cover for fairy tales. I think I just want to move on and make sure I can get to all the fun books that I want to do. And Dandy is always one of my favorites, and I also just wanted to practice more of that like accountable talk with my students and have them practice the routines for the read aloud and everything. So that was more of the focus. I was running a little bit more behind. Plus it's just a fun book to come back on. I think some of my students maybe had read that book before, but it was enjoyable nonetheless. And we talked about cause and effect. Center time, my principal actually popped in. He was like, your kids are doing a great job. I was like, thank you. We did also independent reading. For center time, they did a really wonderful job. They earned a smart cookie, and we had left off with only one smart cookie left to earn. So tomorrow I will be bringing in cookies for them. It takes a really long time for us to fill this. So I'm buying cookies like, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 18 cookies in that jar. I think there's supposed to be 20. I'm sure I've dropped 2 of them somewhere. There should be 20 in there, which would be about like a month, but it definitely takes longer than a month. So we earned our smart cookies. What else do we do? After centers, I always check their work, and something else that I've been doing that I've been loving is I've been previewing math concepts during cleanup time of centers. So today when they were cleaning up centers, when they're done, they sit on the carpet while I check students' work. And we were watching a video on 2D shapes and their attributes. That's what our next topic is for math. And I did that for time and money and something else, and it made a huge difference because when it came time to actually teach the lesson, they had so much already under their belts. It was so much easier to do it. So that's my new thing, is during cleanup time, instead of doing either just music or something else. I'm going to be previewing math concepts. If you have any questions about anything that you saw today, especially because I know it's been months since I've been here, please do not be shy. Also, say hi in the comments, especially if you've made it this far in the video and you are enjoying it. I've missed talking to you guys. I want to check in with you, see how you guys are doing too, and hopefully it has been helpful so far. For math, it was a pretty atypical day. We started learning about time before spring break. I also had an observation the Friday before spring break. We're still finishing up time. We took a test today, and the way that I like to do testing with them is we'll take a practice test and then I can see what students need help with, and so the next day I will work on reteaching with those students who need it, and I can buddy up some of my kids who fully understand the concept with the other kids, and they can be like little teachers and help them out, and then the next day we'll take the actual test. And if they do a really good job with the test the first time around, I don't make them take the test the second time around. Played a little math game and just to practice our time concepts even more, but they love this math game. It's a really quick way to get a lot of review practice in, and they think it is the most fun thing in the world. So I'll link that for you guys below as well. And when we get back, we are finishing publishing writing. The kids are in specials right now. If it's not obvious, this is my planning time. But we have been working on writing our own fairy tales. I'll show you a little bit more of that after school. But yeah, if you're enjoying the video so far, make sure that you like, leave a comment below, and subscribe and join the family. What is it time for? Yes, it's time for writing. Most of you are ready to work on your illustrations, or you maybe have already started them. This is an example of me using skin tone color after coloring her dress. Do you see how I have blue on her? Yeah. Because when I colored with the skin tone crayon, it kind of moved around the blue on the dress. But if you color the skin tone first and then color your other colors after, it'll look very neat. Another thing to practice is our outside-inside coloring by outlining what we want to color, and then we can softly and carefully fill it in. We don't want to press down super hard for all of our coloring, okay? That as an illustrator, you help tell the story, right? So this is a really big job. You have all week long to finish this. So you can spend one day maybe working just on your cover, one day maybe working just on your beginning, one day maybe working just on your middle, to make sure you work hard and use all of your time to get your book completed. Yeah, whatever is the next step for you. So I think everyone is ready for the publishing, or should be doing the publishing. I don't have any more conferencing. Every single person needs to make sure they're writing. I'm looking around and I can see we need some time to reset our classroom so that we're ready. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes on the timer to walk around, make our room look brand new and nice and neat, and then we'll come back together and go write. Sound good? Yes, but first we're cleaning. That's so pretty. You can even bring this right down on top of your picture box like that. Really good. Good job. See? Good. Labels too. You guys got a groovy choice token. Good job. First grade. I had the best day with you today. Love you. End of the day, kids are gone. I'm about to leave. I am going to talk really quickly about writing with you guys. I posted a bunch of videos to my Instagram and TikTok of like writing conferences that you guys can see, and I also have writing lessons that I am going to post there too. Today wasn't really a teaching writing day. It was mostly just like reviewing the expectations for writing and sending them to work, which as you can see, they did a really, really good job with. My kids do so phenomenal during writing time. And I always talk about how when I am modeling writing, I always model up because kids are going to work to try to achieve that the best that they can. So if I modeled something that was like super simple and easy, the kids who were kind of struggling with like fine motor skills and everything, they would try to reach that, but then my high kids would stop at that level. Whereas if I model way, 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 way above, then a lot of them will try to work to reach that. So this is an example of the beginning, and we've gone through the whole drafting process. So planning everything out, writing a draft in our writing journals, which you guys could see in the footage that I got for you today. When they're publishing, taking their writing from their journal and putting it onto the paper like this. These templates are all from Moffat Girls on Teachers Pay Teachers. And this is an example of the fairy tale that I did last year, just so they could kind of see what the expectation is. And we talked about how we can do split pictures, or we can show time is passing. And each part of our story starts with a picture box. So the beginning, and then extra lines if they need it, the middle, extra lines if they need it, and the end. So this one I did like a dual picture, and we talk about how it's good to mix up whether you zoom in on a character to really show their emotions, or whether you're zooming out to show more of the setting. And then some of my kids today also worked on a little bonus about the author page. So a little bit about my writing. If you have any questions, let me know. I am going to film a video. I'm kind of going more depth into that, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. Notification bell is on. Yeah, I hope you had a good day hanging out with me. I miss talking to you guys. I say that every time, but truly I do. I love getting to connect with you in this way and getting to share things that are happening in our classroom. And I'm sorry that I wasn't able to be more present for you for the middle chunk of this year. I love you guys so, so much. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like this video, leave a comment down below, say hi, subscribe and join the family, and I'll see you in the next one.